judges respect the opposition and every percent. I am aiming today are respected as the proposition team for agreement. Superman is the greatest superhero in the world. I do not agree that. I don't want everything is now and as this. But actually my favorite hero is actually kinda like Spider-Man. Or something like more. But as superhuman mans that we got none. But there's real power. But when big kids thinks Superman is the greatest superhero, it's right. And yes, he got cool powers. He's iconic, inspiring, and also truly making the affirmative any difference between them, all the superheroes. But they recognize the story, and every people knows Superman. And we believe the standard of power and value and kind-hearted is all in Superman's life. But we're not just Superman. So we're not just a hero. It's the blueprint and all the world we can ever see now. Let's move on to the definition. Superman is kind of like superhero and iconic movie or somewhat. The greatest means is the most powerful or something very good or greatest or something like that. And superhero is the same, so that don't matter. But as we divide now, we're talking about Superman as the greatest superhero. Not we are actually encoding others, saying other superheroes are actually bad. We're saying that as true, but it is defended. You may be wrong, because our team is saying we're not saying that Superman's the greatest hero ever. No, we're saying it's actually we are not blaming on the superheroes that they are the lowest. We're saying this we just agree with the emotion. That's all. Because he is always the greatest. Only one power can be kind. So actually, he is the greatest superhero for our team life. And he's based on a standard. And he got powers, value, and connections with legacies too. And we still see the blueprint today. We still see it has legacy. When we ask, who is Superman? They say immediately, Superman is something like a superhero is flies and we've got one power. I mean, the one that is always come true to him as failure. That's his only one weakness, and that's what it is. Now let's move on to our two arguments that is supporting that Superman is the greatest superhero ever. Okay? 1. Superman is a cool package, only one weakness. You know Superman is a cool, great? And he got super strength, straight eyes and vision. And mostly we see him also probably flying and diving and turning into shape beside us. Well, we see the Superman movies, that's right. But actually people visualize him and he was a normal guy as then. When you don't do something an actor, but he's coming that he's actually cool for every day. But do you know? You had to top every power he had. And it's actually true. And he made great success over the years. And he got kindness, relationship with him too. But not just like his superheroes always say like this. And all just fight the world and contribute to many characters. No. He is a character that we all experience. We're humans. He got the power of humans. The brave. The human love and the power of justice. He got the powers and everything. Just he is, he never give up. That's why we always remember his legacy and how popular he is. Everybody know it in some way. And that's why we all see him in every movie. So mostly that. Well, his weakness actually kryptonite is a substance on the planet Krypton that's weaken him every time he comes in. So he's invisible. And actually, in the first time, when he's a human, he's called Clark Kent. He always wears glasses, even though that's silly, but that doesn't mind him. He wants the high size. Nobody can recognize him. But that doesn't mean that he's weak. We know how to. Do you think he's just a character that has people? Do you think he has to? Did he? Did he have to? No. He chose to have that power to fight and help people. He chose to have that kind of hurt and kind of power. and he's unstoppable, and he protects and dominates. And this is actually rare. Most people see, and he's the greatest superhero ever. Second, he inspired across generations. In 1938, the action comic, and mostly the first, this is called chapter comic book. That's called a symbol of hope, mostly a symbol of hope. We always see the directions. That's in the Great Depression on World War II. And when we see Superman as that hero, we believe in that time. The US believes that we might win. He will try. That kind of the magazine was sent to us. That's why we make us feel better. And it's been bigger. Also, we got video games, lunchbox, and we're living upon part of the culture. Hope, true, wise, and most of the brave. That's always there. Even though it's hard, he never get out. Kindness, anger, hope, over fear, and sense is over a girl. But he is a light over a guide. And comic book fans have loved him for 87 years. Do you know how long is that? But not very long. And everyone knows who he is. No one can compete with that level of fame. With that, you can understand that Superman is the greatest superheroes ever. You know about that. But even though they are super kind of cool, but that doesn't mean that he stopped that power to make people less inspired. In conclusion, even though you like it or not, we see these people still bring legacy for our journey. Thank you for listening today. Thank you.